Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Shrimadbhagavatam Paramahamsa Parivrajakajarya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Dear most merciful Lordship Sri Radha Kunj Bihari ki Jai. Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki Jai. Srinath Ji Bala Gopal Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Shrimadbhagavatam ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga ki.
Rule 11.
14. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram
Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Reading from Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit Sev. Text 14. Antastata sarvabhutanam Antastata sarvabhutanam Atma Yogeshwaro Hari Atma Yogeshwaro Hari Swamaya Vrinat Garbham Swamaya Vrinat Garbham Vairataya Kuratantve Vairatya Kurutantve Vairatya Kurutantave Antastata Sarvabhutanam Atma Yogeshwaro Hari Swamaya Vrinat Garbham Vairatya Kurutantave Antastata Sarvabhutanam Atma Yogeshwaro Hari Swamaya Vrinat Garbham Vairatya Kurutantve. Anyone want to? Antastata sarvabhutana Atma Yogeshwaro Hari. Swamaya Vrinad Garbham Vairatya Kurutantave. Antastata sarvabhutana Atma Yogeshwaro Hari. Swamayaya Vrinad Garbham
Yadaya Kurutantave.
Vairata Kurutantve. Antastata sarvabhutanam Atma Yogeshwaro Hari. Swamayaya Vrinad Garbham Vairatya Kurutantave. Word by word. Antastata, being within. Sarva, all. Bhutanam, of the living beings. Atma, soul. Yogeshwara, the Lord of all mysticism. Hari, the Supreme Lord. Samayaya, by the personal energy. Avranat, covered. Garbham, embryo. Vairataya, of Uttara. Kurutantave, for the progeny of Maharaja Kuru. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as Paramatma. As such, just to protect the progeny of the Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. Please repeat. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as the Paramatma. As such, just to protect the progeny of Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. Perfect. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism can simultaneously reside within everyone's heart or within the atoms by his Paramatma feature, his plenary portion. Therefore, from within the body of Uttara, he covered the embryo to save Maharaja Parikshit and protect the progeny of Maharaja Kuru, of whom King Pandu was also a descendant. Both the sons of Dhritarashtra and those of Pandu belonged to the same dynasty of Maharaja Kuru. Therefore, both of them were generally known as Kurus. But when there were differences between the two families, the sons of Dhritarashtra were known as Kurus, whereas sons of Pandu were known as Pandavas. Since the sons and grandsons of Dhritarashtra were all killed in the battle of Kurukshetra, the last son of the dynasty is designated as son of Kurus. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So yesterday we have seen the Almighty Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna observed like a great danger of Uttara, like chasing a Brahmastra, chasing after her. So he immediately lifted his Sudarshana disc to protect her. So today, like in this text, we are going to see how Sri Krishna, Lord of all mysticism, and resides within everyone's heart as Paramatma, and also within everything, like omniscient, he is omnipresent. So, in order to protect the progeny of Kuru, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. He entered the womb and he personally protected it. So, the word supreme mystic, So Krishna is described of all mystics. What we can say mystic means like a supreme power, like becoming small of the smallest. All the siddhis, anima siddhi, lagima siddhi. So those are all the siddhis. Like many yogis perform a lot of austerities and penances to attain those siddhis. But who is the source of all siddhis? Krishna is the source of all siddhis. And in the Bhagavad Gita, in the last chapter, Sanjay says like, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanuttara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So wherever Krishna, the master of mystics, is present, there is victory and all the opulences are present there. So we may see like many feats or many achievements in the siddhis by the humanities. Like we may see today many athletics and many circus feats today. But these are all coming from, these are all very limited. But Krishna has unlimited power and unlimited mystics. So he's the source of all mysticism, ultimate source of mysticism. So that's why here Prabhupada mentioned like he's the Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna. Next comes like Paramatma. So Paramatma, I want to start the story like from the creation, how this cosmic manifestation has been created, from the starting from the Mahavishnu who lies in the causal ocean, like Karanodakshaya Vishnu. Then from his all the planetary systems arises, and in that all universes he enters as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu in each universe, and in that universe, from that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Brahma comes out, and then in that universe, in each and every living entity, that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters as Shirodakshaya Vishnu, as Paramatma. So this is how the Paramatma resides in everyone's heart, but yet he is in every atoms and also in his spiritual abode as well at the same time. And also these are three realizations, like Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. I would like to say an example like we see sun. The sun rays are very much similar. Sun rays and sun disk and sun god himself, Vivaswan. So sun rays, we are able to see sun rays. That is like Brahman effulgence. And sun disk is the localized aspect of sun, and that is the Paramatma, localized aspect of God, who resides in everyone's heart. And the sun god and is resembling the Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. And I would like to quote another story. And in a village, there were villagers, and they were happening some discussion about, they don't know what is train and all. So they appointed 3 persons to let them know what is train and how it looks like. So these 3 persons went to railway station and their job is to find like how is the train looking and what is the appearance and what is the... So the first person, those 3 persons were standing in on platform. So as soon as the train is arriving, it emanates huge light. So the first person saw that light and just he returned back to village and said like, the train is like emanating it's coming with huge sound and light. So then he just conveyed the same. The next person waited till it comes towards him, and he saw there were so many boxes like compartments from outside. So he conveyed the same to villagers. But the third person waited till it stops on the platform, and he entered into it, and he got to know how many seats and are there, what are the facilities are there in that train. So we may see like those are not lying, like their point of views, they have expressed their point of views, but we may understand like the first person has seen only outer part, like only a few aspects of it, and the second person has just introspected on a higher scale, but the third person has the complete view of that train analogy, like how that looks like and what is that. So similarly, the first train light is resembling the Brahman effulgence, like the light emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then comes the Paramatma feature, like localized aspect, and then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan feature. So one may think like, where does this Paramatma reside? We know we have soul in our heart, but where does Paramatma reside? Paramatma also resides in our heart. Like in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned like Sarvasya Chaham Pratisannivisto Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohamcha. So he resides as Paramatma in each and every one heart, and from there comes his remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness as well. So he's also the owner, the permitter, and the maintainer and enjoyer, and the supreme controller. So I would like to quote an analogy to understand Paramatma. So if we take an example of a house, there might be one owner, and who doesn't stay, who gives out for a rent for that house. So a tenant comes and stays in that house. So tenant stays only for a short period of time. After his rent agreement, or after the owner has informed him to vacate, he has to leave. So here the tenant is compared to our soul, and owner is the Paramatma. So we, the soul, we change bodies repeatedly for a short period of time. So after a certain duration, we change the body, one body to other. But Jai Jai Shri Radhakunj Bihari ki jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev Subhadra ki jai, Jai Shri Gauratai ki jai. So the owner can do much more than a tenant. So similarly, this heart is Krishna's house. He's the real owner of it. We are just a tenant, like we are short-lived period, like we are using this body for a temporary time, because we are conditioned in this material nature. We are attracted to this material nature. We want to bossy. So we just had taken this body as a short-term, lease or loan. So we just came here and we just spending our duration. As soon as time finished, even though if we want to stay, we cannot stay. The Paramatma doesn't approve that. So eventually we take the other body. So that's the thing. So yeah, just as we used to see many of the daily routine like day-to-day products, like having the warranty, minimum warranty of 1 year or 2 years or something. So Paramatma also provides some minimum functions for every living entity, like memory, forgetfulness, arranging desires. But devotees who serve him have his special reciprocation, special care, and special affection. So just as when parents visit their children who are staying afar, like far from their place, or residing in the residential schools or something, if the parent find any unclean or tidy place, they immediately clean it, right? So similarly, when we turn towards the Paramatma, when we start hearing, when we start reading scriptures, Paramatma slowly cleanses all the dust that is accumulated for years and years, that we have been accumulated as sins. Slowly he starts cleaning, and he takes further steps towards us. He makes realize what he is and how to approach him in a systematic way. So here one may think like Paramatma cleans us in a just as we clean our land, but it's not that. It's a deep clean, whatever the sins that are being deep rooted in our heart that are being removed by Paramatma. And it depends on how much you hear, how much you spend time for him, and how much you dedicate your energy towards him, and how much you serve him, his devotees, with intense care and affection. So now the Krishna is, as Paramatma, is protecting the progeny of Kuru dynasty. So that's, we all know the situation from the previous text, like Ashwadhama, even though he was spared by Pandavas, he did not feel any sorrow or for mistake that he have done. Then he wanted to destroy the last hair of Pandavas. He then released the Brahmastra, which is very finite and accurate in hitting the target, rather than blind nuclear bombs in our current days. So he released the Brahmastra upon destroying the embryo. So this time, Krishna, even though he has the Sudarshan Chakra, he lifted it, but still he want to protect his devotees very fastly. So he entered he saved the embryo by entering into the womb as Paramatma, and created a shield of personal energy such that Maharaj Parikshit is saved. Here, not only Uttara or Parikshit should be thankful, but we also should be very much thankful, because if the Krishna doesn't save Parikshit at that time, we would not sit here reading Shrimadbhagavatam, because Parikshit Maharaj, while he was in last stage, in the last 7 days, he started hearing Shrimadbhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami, and from them the Sutta Goswami delivered it to Naimisharanya sages in Naimisharanya. So it came from Parampara. So Krishna's one act of saving one devotee can protect many millions of devotees in the upcoming yugas as well. So it's like Krishna's shield is compared to as a radiation shield in a nuclear plant, but it is far more effective. Whatever Krishna does for his devotees is nevertheless compared to any material pleasures. So now, because of this act, Parikshit Maharaj is a great emperor. He ruled that kingdom in a very smooth manner. But at the last stages, when Kali started entering into the kingdom, he one day, as you all know, he kept a crown which has gold in it, and so due to some impact of Kali, he did he threw a snake on a sage, and the son of the sage did not respond to it, but the son felt insulted, and he cursed you would be meeting your death within your next 7 days within the same Takshak snake. So then he got to inquire his ministers and what to do in these 7 days, how best I can utilize these 7 days. Then everyone was thinking this yoga, that yoga, but everything takes a lot of time. But then the Sukadeva Goswami said the 7 days is much enough for you to best utilize, because hearing Shrimadbhagavatam is the ultimate thing that one must do in their life. So he said he will be lecturing the Shrimadbhagavatam 7 days and 7 nights to him, so that not only he but many upcoming generations, upcoming yuga people will also be benefited through it. Because whatever the questions he asked, he might be having some idea on it, but still he asked because just for the sake of our people in Kali Yuga. And he also says like he kept those questions in further sake of the people who are very intelligent, who might be very intelligent in thinking, but they don't know the actual aspects of what the Supreme Personality of Godhead and how to approach him, and what is the best method of worshipping. And he put upon all his inquiries for Sukadeva Goswami, and eventually Sukadeva Goswami replies back in a systematic step-by-step manner. So here it's also mentioned like both the sons of Dhritarashtra and those of Pandu belong to the same dynasty of Maharaja Kuru. There is no difference between Pandavas and Kauravas previously when the birth of Dhritarashtra, Pandu and Vidura. But later when there were some differences between the sons of Pandu and sons of Kuru. But Pandavas never even had questioned or complained about anything, any injustice done towards them, because there were many injustice done towards them. Like we all know like how they poisoned Bhima and throw into a river, and also they have plotted many violences against Pandavas, like firing the house, like wax house, and also taking away the kingdom from them, and tricking them in a gambling game. So they never questioned about anything. They just asked for whatever they righteously required, like 5 villages. They did the same. But Kuru, like Kauravas, they like in a greedy mode, and they want to rule entire like Hastinapur. They did not even give a land that is fit in the needle space as well. So that here they did not act in a brotherhood way. They did not respond in a correct way towards the Pandavas. So then came the differences, like the sons of Pandu were called as Pandavas and sons of Dhritarashtra were called Kauravas. But then after Kurukshetra war, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, like Kauravas, were being defeated and also were dead. Like they were defeated and they were killed by Pandavas in the war. So then the only dynasty that is been the only sons like left are sons of Pandu, and the last hair like womb of Uttara, Parikshit Maharaj. So then the Parikshit Maharaj is designated to be the son of Kurus, because there were no Kaurava side, no one is there, and Pandava side only Pandavas were there. So yeah. And so we may also think like Paramatma. Many times we hear an inner voice in us, like when we do some activities or when we are about to do some activities, we get some inner voice. He is always there guiding us, saying what is good, what is not. But we, out of our foolishness or out of our pride, we don't hear him, and we feel like we only know about this, how to do, how not to respond it. So we respond in a way that doesn't look good. But later we'll realize, like after a long time, we'll realize why did I do this? Why did not I listen to the inner voice of mine? So the importance of that inner voice will be realized very lately. So the Paramatma, if we take one step towards Krishna or Paramatma, he takes several hundreds of steps towards us, guiding us, motivating us, and spending a lot of time towards us. He cares for everyone. It's even compared to as soul and Paramatma are compared to soul and super soul are compared to as two birds sitting on a tree. One bird like super soul or Paramatma is sitting idle and just looking what the other bird is doing. The other bird soul is eating all the fruits, enjoying and doing all the activities. So he's just looking idle, when the soul will be turning up to me, when the bird will be turning up to me. So as soon as like his devotees associate with the soul and he associate with the devotees and he hears the mantra, he tries to chant, he tries to hear the lecture about him, glorify him. So slowly, Bhakti Lata beats like seed of Bhakti will be implanted. Slowly, upon watering it through Shravanam, Kirtanam, like hearing and chanting. Slowly, it's the Bhakti Lata, like creeper of Bhakti will grow. And in the meantime, we should not commit any offenses like towards other Vaishnavas, or because sins can be eradicated but offenses cannot be eradicated. It's like elephant stepping on a creeper. Entirely the bhakti will be destroyed, so it cannot be undone. Whatever the service, whatever devotional service, whatever the bhakti you have done, it will be nullified. It depends on the offense you commit towards Vaishnavas, because it is the topmost offenses toward. Even if you have committed offense towards holy name, like we at starting stages of our Krishna consciousness or devotional service, we may not focus 100% in chanting, like we may sometimes do offensive chanting, but still holy name is too powerful, and it still, if you continue slowly, one day you may chant its holy name to be pure and pure. So offensive to offenseless chanting makes a person more intensely dedicated towards the path and not deviating from the path, and also treating all other Vaishnavas to be equal to as the supreme, like everyone to be more than him, because we don't know how much bhakti they have done, how much intense they are having, and we are not the ones to question them, or we are not the one. If you want to say something to a other Vaishnava, it should be beneficial for them, and you should also say in a soothing way, not in a strong tone or harsh tone, like why are you doing this, why are you doing that. But you can just say them nicely, smoothly, like it can be done in a smoother way, in a better way, like this. I feel it. It's so, yeah, you can express your opinion so that they can, if your opinion matters to be their development, you can suggest them, but not in an opposing way or challenging way. So yeah, as soon as we remove all the anarthas also, like slowly, there are 9 stages in our bhakti. So developing, like attaching, developing taste, anartha nivritti, and like, so the final stage, prema bhava, it's the topmost in the bhakti. Like in that ecstatic mode, one can never forget Krishna. At every moment he wants Krishna, and he strives to be at his lotus feet and serving him. And he has nothing in this world, like as we have seen in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, in the ecstatic mood, he expressed all his bodily features also, like 8 different bodily changes he has observed in that stage. But that is a topmost stage. We cannot imitate that, or we can sincerely aspire to follow his instructions, follow its whatever the footsteps of our acharyas, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left for us instructions to do what to do in sincere passion, like how to chant properly, how to read scriptures daily, how well to preach to others, like and how well to spread the joy and relish between the other living entities. So I would like to conclude by saying, like, Krishna, as residing in everyone's heart as Paramatma, protects the progeny of Guru by entering into the womb of Uttara and as Paramatma, and he, by his personal energy, such that the Brahmastra, which cannot be avoided by anything, which cannot be defended by any other weapon in this material nature, but it is inferior before the Supreme Lord's energy and Supreme Lord's potency. So Supreme Lord is beyond all the material nature and material whatever weapons that is being given, that is being used in this material nature. So he is the Lord of all mysticism, and he can do anything for his devotees. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
I'm trying to remember if this is Sukadeva Goswami talking to Parikshit Maharaj, or if this is Sanaka Rishi preaching to Rishi, because he's telling Parikshit Maharaj what happened to him in his mother's womb, right?
Yes, Shukadeva Goswami.
I'm not sure if this is Sukadeva Goswami or if this is Sanaka Rishi.
Shukadeva Goswami saying to Parikshit Maharaj,
yes.
In that assembly, Sutta Goswami stays. Sutta Goswami recites this to Shaunaka Rishi and all other rishis in Naimisharanya.
Yeah.
Because Sutta Goswami is disciple of Shukadeva Goswami, I guess. And in that assembly, only Sutta Goswami hears all that, things. And then that stages Naimisharanya headed by Shaunaka Rishi, they requested Sutta Goswami, whatever you, Sukadeva Goswami has delivered the Shrimadbhagavatam, can you please recite us? And they also had the questions like in the first chapters we see like whatever the questions asked by them, like where did the Dharma reside after the departure of Lord Krishna? And there were several, I think 9 or 10 questions asked by the sages, and Sutta Goswami replies them. And after then, he continues the Shukadeva Goswami's deliverance.
See, because I'm wondering, he's telling Maharaj Parikshit about things that one would wonder if he was telling him to confirm in his mind that he had already known these things, or if there's something brand new that he's finding out about himself.
Yes. Any questions or comments? Please forgive if I said anything wrong. Grantha Shrimadbhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhyasya krupasindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.